In this video, we will be talking about product rule for derivatives. Say if you have y equals f of x times g of x, and you want to find the derivative, the formula of this will be y prime is equal to f of x prime times g of x plus f of x times g of x prime. And all of this will make more sense with a few examples. So the first example would be x times x to the power of 2. In this case, x will be f of x, and x to the power of 2 will be g of x. F of x prime will be 1, g of x prime will be 2x. And now, plugging this into the formula, we have y prime is equal to f of x prime, which is 1, times g of x, which is x to the power of 2, plus x, which is f of x, times g of x prime, which would be 2x. And to simplify this equation further, we would have x squared times 2 times x squared, which would be 3 times x squared. And this is our final answer. For our next example, we have y equals x to the power of 2 times x to the power of 3. F of x in this case will be 2x to the power of 2, and the derivative of f of x will be 2x. G of x will be x to the power of 3. G of x prime will be 3 times 2 squared. And using the same formula, we would have f of x prime times g of x first. So y prime will be 2 times x times 3 to the power of this x to the power of 3, sorry. And we would have f of x times g prime of x, which is x squared times 3 times x squared. And this can be simplified to 2 times x to the power of 4 plus 3 times x to the power of 4. And this can be simplified to 5 times x to the power of 4. And this will be our final answer. In our next example, we have x plus 1 times x to the power of 2. Now, the structure of this is a bit different. Following the same formula, we should have the same results. So f of x will be 1 plus x. F of x prime will be just 1. G of x will be x to the power of 2. G of x prime will be 2x. And following the formula, so y prime will be 1 times x to the power of 2 plus x plus 1 times 2x. And this would simplify to x to the power of 2 times 2 times x to the power of 2 plus 2x, which simplifies to 3 times x to the power of 2 plus 2x. And this would be our final solution. In our next example, we would have y equals 1 plus x plus x plus 2 times x plus 2. So f of x will be 1 plus 2. F of x prime will be 1. G of x will be x plus 2. G of x prime will be 1. And y prime will be 1 times x plus 2 plus 1 plus x times 1. And this would simplify to x plus 2 plus 1 plus x, which equals to 2x plus 3. This is our final answer. You could also do this question by expanding this equation, which is equal to x plus 2 plus x to the power 2 plus 2x, and this will give you x squared plus 3x plus 2. So the derivative of this will be 2x plus 3, which you can see is equal to this. So these are the same results, but using the product rule is just a different way to do it. So let's do another example. In this example, we have 2x times x cubed plus 1. So we know that the first step will be to differentiate f of x. So this will be 2 times x cubed plus 1. Sorry. And now the second step will be to differentiate g of x, which is 3 times 2 squared. And we'll simplify this. So this would then simplify to x to the power 8 times x to the power 3 plus 2. And this would be our final answer. In our next example, we will do root x times 2x. So this example, we see that f of x would be root x and g of x would be 2x. So let's break this down. So root x is equal to x to the power of 1 over 2. The derivative of that would be 1 over 2 times x to the power of negative 1 over 2. G of x would be 2x. G of x prime would be 2. And now to calculate y primed, it would be 1 over 2 times x to the power of negative 1 over 2 times 2x plus x to the power of 1 over 2 times 2. Now to simplify this equation, we would have x times x to the power of 1 over 2 plus 2 times x to the power of 1 over 2, which equates to 3 times x to the power of 1 over 2, which can then be simplified to 3 times root x. And yeah, this is the final answer. And for the last example we will do, it is y equals x plus 2 times x to the power of 2 plus 3. So y prime will be 1 times x to the power 2 plus 3 plus x plus 2 times 2x. To simplify everything, we would have x to the power of 2 plus 3 times 2 times x to the power of 2 plus 4x which equates to 3 times x to the power 2 plus 4x plus 3. And this is our final answer. And this is our last example. If you find this video helpful, please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.